Imagine your salary suddenly doubles. Sounds amazing, right? But here is something strange. For most people, when their income doubles, their savings stay exactly the same. Zero. Why? Because of something called of the law of spending. And if you don't understand this law, it doesn't matter how much money you make, money will always find a way to disappear. Today, I'm going to show you the hidden trap inside this law and the simple trick that allows you to start saving money no matter how much you earn. But before we start, if you're interested in financial growth, wealth strategies, business, and building capital step by step, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also check the free webinar link in the description where I explain the full strategy of building capital from zero. Now let's get back to the law of spending. I'm Ravi Gabis and welcome back to the Ravi Gabis Show where we unlock the secrets of real wealth every single day. Yesterday we talked about spending control and the law of spending, also known as Parkinson's Law. This law says something very simple. Any group of people, a family, a company, or even a country will eventually spend all the money they believe they have. And according to this law, no matter how much you earn, if you don't control spending, all the money will eventually disappear. That's exactly why most people live from paycheck to paycheck. But yesterday, I also gave you a simple strategy for saving money. That is very simple. You don't save at the end of the month. You save first. Any money that comes to you, your salary, birthday gift, unexpected income, or a bonus, doesn't matter. The rule is simple. You immediately take 10% and put it aside. And then you simply live on the rest, 90%. If your income increases, you can even accelerate the process. For example, if you receive a raise, you might save 50% of the raise. You can put it aside. Or if you receive an unexpected gift, you might save 80% of it. This is how you speed up the process of building capital. But today, I want to warn you about something important. There is a trap. I call it the trap of the law of spending. The strategy itself is simple, but in real life, it's not always easy to implement. Let's imagine a situation. Mr. Smith is a good family man. He earns $5,000 a month. Every month, he comes home and gives his salary to his wife, and she manages the family budget. One day, Mr. Smith learns about the strategy of saving money. He realizes that if his family starts saving 10% of their income, investing it and multiplying it, one day they could become financially independent. So he decides to start saving 10%. On payday, he comes home as usual. Everyone is waiting for him, especially his wife, because she knows today is salary day. But this time he gives her $4,500 instead of $5,000. She immediately asks, "What happened? Why only $4,500? Where is the rest?" And Mr. Smith happily explains his brilliant plan. He tells her about saving money, investing it, and building a bright financial future. And what does he hear in return? She says, "Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? We barely make ends meet. Look at your daughter's shoes. Look at your son's coat. And you want to save 10%?" And she completely destroys his plan. So what does Mr. Smith do? He's a good family man. He doesn't argue. He simply gives the remaining $500. And that's the trap. That is why I want you to understand something very important. In real life, the only reliable way to save money is to disguise it as a survival expense. What do I mean by survival expense? Things like a mortgage, rent, loan, payments, utilities. These are expenses you cannot ignore. If you stop paying them, there will be consequences. But many people make a big mistake when they finish paying a loan. For example, imagine someone finally pays off their car loan. The worst thing they can do is come home and proudly announce, "Great news! We don't have to pay $700 a month for the car anymore." Some families even celebrate this moment. But what happens next? According to the law of spending, that $700 will disappear immediately. It will be spent on something else. That's why, if you are a smart person and you finish paying your car loan, you should do something very simple. Don't tell anyone. Just continue paying that $700, but instead of paying the bank, pay yourself. Put that money aside, invest it, and build your capital. That is how you turn a former expense into wealth creation. Because the law of spending is very powerful, and if you don't control it, it will control you. So today we talked about the trap of the law of spending and the simple idea that allows you to start saving money in real life. Tomorrow we will continue this topic and I'll show you how this same law works not only in families but also inside companies and businesses. And if you want to go deeper into the full system of financial growth, how to save, invest, and multiply your capital step by step, check the webinar link in the description below. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to keep learning how money really works. See you in the next episode.